Yo, what it do, everybody? This is your boy, the Black Guy, and bringing y'all another video today. And I told y'all I was gonna be making this video yesterday when I made my when I made my video yesterday. Talking about discussing the Chris Paul trade to Houston and Phil Jackson being let go and everything like that. So let's get right down to it. Rant time. This video goes out to all those so-called Boston Celtic fans out there. This is for y'all. This is for y'all. Now, for those who don't know me, I have been a Boston Celtic fan pretty much my entire life. I've been through the thick of it, thin of it. I've been there with D. Brown was our best player. I was there with I was a fan with Dominique Wilkins was on the team. Friggin' I was there for freaking most of the drought in between '86 and 2008. So I know what struggle is like with this team. I've been through it. Waiting a long time to get a championship. And we got that in 2008. And it's crazy to believe that it's about to be 10 years since that championship. But I am so sick of what I've been seeing the last few days. So apparently, according to new rumors, the freaking Celtics are aggressively going after not only Gordon Hayward but also Paul George, and I am sick and tired of people going after Paul George, man. Like, when are people gonna get it? Like, you cannot change this dude's mind. He wants to play in LA. You are only gonna if you trade for him, you're literally getting him as a 1-year rental, either to sell tickets or to try to go as far as you can in the playoffs with him, and then he's going to LA to join the fucking Lakers. He's not gonna commit to your team. Not to Boston, not to Cleveland, not to Golden State. Like this is crazy. Like, he wants to play in LA. He wants to play for the Lakers. Why would you trade for this guy? And then rumor has it that the Pacers want this crazy ass package similar to what they wanted freaking at the trade deadline last year, where they want 2 starters and freaking the Brooklyn pick next year and the freaking Laker pick that we got that could turn into the Kings pick. Like, for a rental? And people are like, yo, let's get Paul George. Like, why? Why in the world would you get a 1-year rental for a guy that freaking is not going to put us over the top to beat Cleveland, let alone Golden State? Like, it's stupid. And watch, these will be the same fans, right? That freaking will get on Danny Ainge for not doing this deal, but will also get on Danny Ainge when he gives up the farm for Paul George and he leaves next summer to go to LA, and now we're out all those freaking players and assets. Like I wish people would actually start thinking before they be like, oh, let's go get somebody. Oh, let's go get this. Oh, let's go get that. It was the same thing with fucking Jimmy Butler. It was the same thing with Jimmy Butler. Like, everybody was like, oh, let's just give up the farm to get Jimmy Butler. Was Jimmy Butler going to put us over the fucking top? No, because he was not going to freaking solve an issue that we had. We did not need another freaking wing player. We don't need that. We don't need that for this team. If we could get an upgrade at the wing, that's cool. Fine. In free agency, that's why going after Gordon Hayward is fine. I'm happy with that. But freaking giving up our assets to go and get Paul George, who's only going to be here for a year, and then freaking he's going to go to LA, now we're out all those assets. And now, essentially, there's not really much we can do. We can't go ahead and move these assets at a later time, maybe the trade deadline next year for a guy. Who knows? We need a big man that can help slide Al Horford to the power forward position, that can get rebounds, that can score on the block. We need a guy like a DeMarcus Cousins or Andre Drummond. That's what we need on this team. Or even Hassan Whiteside. That's the kind of player that we need. We do not need Paul George. Paul George is not going to put us over the top. He's not going to help us beat Cleveland. He's not going to help us beat Golden State. And if you think Paul George is going to be able to do that, then you're obviously very fucking delusional. Very delusional. He couldn't even help his team get a win against Cleveland, despite the fact that freaking the Pacers were probably the most competitive team against the Cavaliers in the playoffs. Outside of Golden State, who freaking blew them off the floor. But obviously, I guess people forgot exactly who Paul George is. Let me tell you who Paul George is post freaking leg injury. He is a shell of what he once was. He is not a superstar player. I don't think he ever was a superstar player. He had the benefit of playing with guys like David West, George Hill, a great Lance Stevenson, Roy Hibbert back when he had some fucking talent. He had a benefit of being coached by Frank Vogel. What has he done since then? Yeah, his freaking scoring output has been pretty good, but where's that guy in the Pacers? And don't say, oh, but he didn't have a team. Oh, he didn't have a team. Oh, so I guess Jeff Teague was just, a former all-star in this league is chopped liver, right? I'll give you Monte Ellis. That dude is trash now. CJ Miles, a great three-point shooter. Thad Young, he was hurt a lot of the year. Freaking Miles Turner, growth spurt. Had a few players on that bench as well. Like, is it like the Pacers were fucking like, oh, freaking Paul George and then freaking like the Knicks roster or some shit? And he couldn't get one game on Cleveland despite the fact that all those games were close. And then threw his teammates under the bus for not giving them the ball despite the fact in the very first game gave the ball up in game freaking shot situations twice, including to CJ Miles, who had to drive to the elbow to pull up a shot instead of catching and shooting, which is what his skill set is, and threw him under the bus. He throws his teammates under the bus. Why the fuck do you want that on your team if you're a Boston Celtic fan? Why? Why do you want Paul George on your team? Why? Why? If this was 2014, before the leg injury, I will give you everything in the world. I will give you all those assets that you want in order to get that guy. That's the Paul George that I would want on my team. I would have done it then. Now, we cannot trade for a guy who is afraid to play against LeBron James. We cannot do that. We just cannot. Especially when he doesn't fit a need and we have to give up the farm to rent him for a year. And if you think that the Celtics can convince him to sign long-term there, you are sadly mistaken. He said this at the trade deadline last season. The only two places he would be signing long-term were the Pacers and the Lakers. That's it. So unless if you're the Lakers, you do not try to touch this guy. So let me put it like in this context. I don't want to hear shit from these so-called Celtic fans if they do decide to give up the farm and go get Paul George and he leaves next summer. I don't want to hear nobody attacking Danny Ainge for doing the trade. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that shit. None of it. I don't want to hear it. And I'm done. That's it. I just want to put those so-called Celtic fans on blast for this. Because this is ridiculous. I am tired of it. I've been seeing this for like 4 months now. Go get Paul George. Go get Paul George. Go get Paul George. He does not want to be a Celtic. Why trade for a guy who doesn't want to be there? Like, that's like freaking Detroit trying to trade for Michael Jordan. Jordan don't want to play in Detroit. He was beating him up. That would have been like freaking Magic getting traded to the Celtics in the 80s. Magic didn't want to be there. They were rivals. Him and Bird. The Celtics and Lakers. Like, come on, man. Start using your head for a change. Look at the roster. Look at what we need. We need a big man right now. We need a big man. That's what we need. Focus on that. If you want us to go ahead and make a big splash and trade for a guy, go after like a guy like DeMarcus Cousins or freaking Andre Drummond or Hassan Whiteside. Go after one of those guys. So that way Al Horford can play the fucking power forward position instead of having to play center and getting beat up by all the other centers in the league. How about that? Fuck. I'm done, y'all. As always, if you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up. If you did, leave a thumbs down. I don't care. Have a great day, everybody. Continue to stay blessed. And until the next one, this is your boy, the Black Gandhi, signing out, man. Peace.